He talks. Ben Carson is the famed. I mean, he's when it comes to neuroscience, pediatric neurosurgery, he was phenomenal. I mean, legendary. Had a legacy in itself for what he did in the operating room. But as apt and wonderfully talented as he is, as he was in this surgery room, he is equally inept in politics. So he gets on stage at CPAC, and Ben Carson, he personally, I have like mixed feelings about him because, he's a very intelligent person. So I'm not sure if he's just saying things just to get the vote of or get the confidence of conservatives, or if he really believes these things. So if he's saying these things, and I'll play a clip so you can know what I'm talking about. If he's saying these things and he doesn't really believe it, then that means he's really a nefarious character that you have to watch out for. But if he really believes these things, then maybe it's a good example that intelligence in one area does not always equate to intelligence in other areas, or a high IQ does not equate to common sense, because there's no way, it just doesn't make sense that a person this smart would believe some of the things that comes out of his mouth. He said, if you're black and you oppose the progressive agenda and you're pro-life and you're pro-family, then they don't know what to call you. I know what to call you. I call you confused. I call you confused because you're conflating all of these things as being non-progressive. What does pro-family even mean? Are you saying because progressives support marriage equality that they're anti-family? Come on, Dr. Carson. Logically that does not follow. You know better than that. And so that's problematic in itself. And then he says, it really is not compassionate to pat people on the head and say, there, you poor little thing. I'm going to take care of all of your needs. Really. So his approach, and this is the approach of quite a few, of almost all black conservatives that they put on the platform, is to say that black people are only with the Democratic Party because they want support. They want food stamps. They want
generally the Black Caucus want all that money to go to food stamps.
They want all that money to go to food stamps. Thank you, Ron Paul. Your words, not mine. That's this thinking. That's what they really sincerely believe, that black people are only capable of voting with the Republican Party, with the Democratic Party, because we want food stamps. Or better yet, we only voted for Obama because he was black. You hear that all the time. As if we're not capable of looking at Republican policies and saying that we absolutely disagree with your policies. That's the mind. The entire premise is insulting. You have insulted the entire group, an entire block of African Americans, because you don't believe that we're intelligent enough to oppose your policies on anything other than food stamps.
Generally, the Black Caucus want all that money to go to food stamps.
That's all we want is food stamps. That's a level of self-hatred. I mean, you even see it with, what's her name, that's on Fox News now. I mean, why they have to go pick out this person that is entirely clueless, pun intended. Stacey Dash, that's her name. I couldn't think of it. Stacey Dash. They put her up there to say all black people want is handouts. And they put you up there, Stacey, because they can't get away with saying it because they're not crazy as Ron Paul. Ron Paul just says whatever the hell he wants to say.
Generally, the Black Caucus want all that money to go to food stamps.
See, because they're not as brave as Ron Paul just to open his mouth and show the world how racist he is. They pick out black people to get on there who hate themselves so much that they don't believe that we're capable of anything else but wanting food stamps. Stacey Dash. They don't believe that we want anything else other than a handout. Charles Barkley. They think all we want is somebody to support us with a nanny state. Ben Carson. They don't believe that we are intelligent enough to oppose them because we don't believe in your economic policies. We don't believe in your voodoo economics of trickle-down supply side theory. We don't believe in that. That's why we don't vote with Republicans. We reject Republican ideology Because you have a totalitarian singular worldview that if we don't conform to the white male Christian power structure, that we can't be in the Republican Party. Those aren't my words. That's words from one of your pundits, Bill O'Reilly.
America is run by white Christian men.
That's Bill O'Reilly. We don't want to conform. No, we don't. We do have a problem with a structure that you feel is rightfully so controlled by white Christian men. Got no problem with white Christian men. I'm going to sound like you guys sound. I have a lot of white friends. I have a lot of white Christian men friends. Some of my favorite people in the world, I won't call their name because they might be embarrassed. Some of my favorite people in the world are some white Southerners from Mississippi, was conservative through and through. But I still have a problem with the system that you feel has been, and should continue to be controlled by what, Bill O'Reilly?
America is run by white Christian men.
So we reject the reason we vote with the Democratic Party is because we're smart enough. You think we vote because we want welfare, but we vote with the Democratic Party because they are the lesser of two evils. Do we agree with the Democrats on everything? Absolutely not. Do we agree with the Democrats on every policy that they put out? Do we think that they have done enough for the African American community? Absolutely not. But you have done more, GOP. You have done more for us to not vote for you, to make us vote against you, than the Democrats have done to earn our vote. But we would vote for them because we oppose your economic strategies, because they have proven to fail. We oppose your view of the world. The only thing that you support is war. Notice, the only thing that they have supported from President Obama over the last 6 years has been the war request, the use of military force request that he just sent in. That's all they want. So we don't want war. You know why? Because you're going to send our young boys over there and girls over there just like anybody else. So we reject the Republican Party because all you want is war. Neocons. We reject you because we don't believe in your economic policy, because it fails. In order for us to be a part of your party, we can't see anything wrong with American structure except for something in ourselves. What do I mean by that? I mean that we can't look and say that there's institutionalized racism. We have to really believe all we need to do as black men is pull up our pants. We have to buy into your false narratives of black fathers not being present. We have to break everything about our spirit to vote with your party. So, Dr. Ben Carson, I don't know if something's broken in your brain, or maybe you're just playing the part because you want to get political power. I don't know which it is. I don't know if you're suffering from the same delusion that most conservatives suffer from, but they are figuratively living in an alternate reality where President Obama has taken their guns, has ruined the economy, has persecuted Christians, and he's not even American, and he's Muslim. That's the reality that Republicans are living in. So no, we don't need your food stamps, because as we've seen, the greatest proportion of people who use food stamps in America are white. The highest county in the entire United States is Owsley, Kentucky, 95% white, 99% Republican. We don't need your food stamps. The poor people in red states need your food stamps. We reject the Republican Party. They're the ones that need to be voting Democrat because they need food stamps. We reject the Republican Party because we just don't agree with your policies. So you can put up any black person that you want to. If they believe and they carry the Republican line, we're going to disagree with them and not vote for them any more than we would vote for Scott Walker, Jeb Bush, Rand Paul, or anybody else that you throw at us this year.